call is now being recorded.
Hello.
Hello, Grandpa?
Hey, hi.
Hey! Okay, so did you hear it tell you that now it's being recorded?
Yes, I did.
Okay, great. Quite the adventure, but we made it.
Yeah, we made it through. Wow.
Well, thank you for taking the time to do this for me. I really appreciate it. I know we don't get to talk as much either.
That's for sure.
Yeah,
That's
but you know,
sure.
I'll be there in 3 weeks.
Good, I can't wait.
Yeah.
So girl, here I am. All yours. Ask away.
All right, I will. Okay, so first I'm going to go through just your basic life from when you were born to now. And then there's going to be sort of a small questionnaire in regard to facets of your personality and like how you see yourself. Okay?
Okay.
All right. So first question, where were you born?
Born in New York City.
New York City.
Yeah, Harlem Hospital.
And what year were you born?
1946. December 5th, 1946.
December 5th, 1946. And that would make you how old, Grandpa?
70. 70 years in a month. 70 and whatever, 3 months.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And when you were born, did you have any difficulties in the hospital, any physical differences or disabilities or disease or anything?
No, nothing.
Okay, healthy baby.
I was a healthy baby. Very healthy.
And how old were your parents?
Ooh, okay, Mom was about 18 or 17, I don't know, 18, and Dad was 44, 41. Long, man, many years. Large gap.
So Mom was like 17 and Dad was 44?
44 or 41, I'm trying to remember. Dad was born in 1903 and Mom was born in 1927, so we can figure that out.
That is quite the gap. Do you remember how they met? Did they tell you?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, San Juan, he was working in one of his friends' grocery stores, and he met with Mom, and Mom met with him, and the rest was chemistry, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
So they were San Juan?
Yes, San Juan.
And
what
did
then,
they?
Sorry?
Go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah. Dad and Mom got married, and then he came to New York and left her in Puerto Rico for about a year, so he could set up shop over here to bring her.
So he left to New York before she did.
Yeah, and then she came, and I was born a week after her plane landed here. So.
And when you say set up shop, what was he doing?
Well, trying to find an apartment, a job, a way to support her and himself. Yeah.
Did he end up finding a job?
Yeah, he ended up finding a job. It was a real hard times. But when he came, well, he had someone that got him a job over here. I don't remember where. In his grocery store, which is what he was doing all his life, grocery.
Groceries.
And Mama came, I was born a week after. My brother Joe was a year older, a year and a month or so. And, man, it was rough, bumpy times, real bumpy times, because we were so poor that we didn't realize it as children, but they were affected. Mom and Dad were both affected by it, more so than I could even have words for. Because, you always have to worry about feeding the kids, making the rent. In a country where you don't have the advantage of knowing how to speak the language, they didn't speak English. So that was
So
very
neither of
rough
them
work.
spoke English?
Pardon me?
So neither of your parents spoke English?
Neither spoke English, right? It was a very adventurous thing, to go into a strange country where no one speaks your language and you don't understand anybody else.
Yeah.
Very rough beginning.
No, yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, man. Anyway, we grew up on as a baby on 118th Street, I think they told me. And then we moved to 106th Street in Madison and between Park and Madison, something like that.
Mhm.
Anyway, those were days, man. Those were days. Because Dad met this Italian guy that owned a corner fruit stand, and he sold stuff out of that fruit stand, and he started working for him. And they were lifelong friends forever. So when the old man retired out, he sold Dad his portion. No, he just sold Dad his portion of the store. So the old man, helped us out quite a bit.
Wow.
Eugene Russo was his name, Eugene Russo. God bless him. The guy really helped us out a lot when we were starting because we had no other way. Now, meanwhile, as Dad and Mom started getting on their feet a little, Mom started bringing in my siblings in Puerto Rico. So she started, I think, with her sister, Carmen, my aunt, and then her brothers. So she started, and then her mother. She started one little bit at a time. She started bringing them in. And the problem with my uncle,
Could you say that one more time for me?
yeah, well, she started bringing in her siblings,
Okay.
as money would allow.
Yeah.
They, we would all sometimes have a bunch of us living in a 2-bedroom or whatever, 3-bedroom apartment or whatever, 2-bedroom apartment. So we lived that way, and we lived too. So many of us hooked up in one apartment. But
Yeah, when you say many of us, what's many of us?
Oh my goodness, 1, 2, 3 uncles, an aunt, I think, lived with us for a while. And then Dad's daughter, because he was married from a previous marriage, a bunch of us. Yeah. And then, of course, Joe and I, and Mom and Dad, so whatever that is.
Yeah.
And all
That
of
is a
us
lot.
it's a lot. We made it. We lived hand to mouth. We lived well. As well as can be expected, we had no expectations of too much more. Just live. We laughed a lot. We were very happy. We had a lot of us, congregated together. But my uncles were strong and big. And the problem with them was they couldn't send me to college because they spoke Spanish. They didn't speak a word of English. So therefore, they got influenced with the streets. Before you know it, they weren't no good. So we suffered a lot through that. Through juries where my uncles were, addicted to drugs. And they went through all that kind of stuff. But growing up was, for us, we were pretty shielded from all that. Mom kept, taking us to church twice a week on Sundays and Wednesdays. I never forgot that, and kept us in there so we wouldn't corrupt.
So you went to church twice a week, and Mom took you?
Yeah, she sure did. And every now and then Dad would take us to the Catholic. Now there was a thing, Mom was Protestant and Dad was Catholic. So that's the trick. Always every now and then we go to Catholic church with Dad, and then every now and then we go to the Protestant church with Mom. So, the Protestants didn't believe the Catholics get to heaven, and the Catholics didn't believe it. Yeah, the Protestants will get to heaven. It's for those. The Protestants said, you can't be needed without doing. And the Catholics honor the fact that these religions, on the side religions, were more than close than anything else. And, so we were kind of like in between the middle there somewhere. But we grew up strong and healthy. And we figured that, we just grew up well. I can't complain. At the grocery store, when I was about 9 or 10 years old, I was already in the grocery store helping Dad.
So at 9 or 10 years old, you were at the grocery store already?
And so was my brother Joe. Yeah, we just go in there to help him $50 every day. Whether, when people would come to shop, take care of them, whatever they want. Because in those days, they had grocery stores were not like nowadays where, you could shop around and pick up what you want. Over there, in those days, in Harlem, you had to watch everything behind the counter. People would snatch stuff and run out.
Oh, wow.
We used to be on the counter all the time. This, that, and the other. And
did your
Dad
mother
was a good
work?
man. Pardon me?
Did your mother work?
Pardon me? Who?
Did your mom work?
Yeah, Mom also was behind the counter helping. Everybody was in there.
Oh, so it was like a family thing. You would all work at the supermarket?
Kind of like, but now, when the old man moved, he bought a much nicer one, on 110th Street, between Madison and Fifth. And we spent 20 years over there. And it worked real well because Dad was so kind to people. He was, he'd extend credit to just about anybody that needed it. If kids were hungry, he'd feed them.
Yeah.
And he'd put, he'd start accounts with people and like that. He'd give credit to people.
Yeah.
And a lot of people would pay back, but a lot of people didn't. However, when we grew up, we noticed that every store in the neighborhood had been held up except ours. Because the children that he used to feed, the mothers and stuff, they grew up to be men and they grew up to be criminals, some of them. But they wouldn't let anybody mess with the old man, Dad, because Dad was Dad. They remembered his kindness. They were kids.
Yeah.
So. And then came a time when, when the time came, I was in high school. I went through high school through handball and handball meets and all kinds of stuff. Did real well with handball. Became even stronger, and then I joined the Navy.
How old were you when you joined the Navy?
I was 17.
17?
Yep. And then I went in when I was graduated high school because I had the 2-year, 4-year deal that they offered. There's 2 years active and 4 years reserve. So I took that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, let me pause the story here, and I'm going to go back and ask some more questions for clarification, okay?
Okay.
All right, because that's a huge milestone, and we're about to get into a lot of adventure, I'm sure. So, when you were first born as a child, do you remember what kind of a child you were? How would you have described yourself?
Meek, nice, good. Not a bad child at all. There was no evil thoughts in my head. It was just a happy-go-lucky kid,
Yeah, happy-go-lucky?
Yeah, happy-go-lucky. I didn't have a mean streak. Some kids have a mean streak in them. I didn't have to have that.
And did your parents also see you that way? What kind of a relationship did you have with them when you were a kid?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
pretty much.
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, they figured happy-go-lucky. What the heck? Yeah.
No one's going to complain about
it. No one's going to complain about the kitten quiet in the corner over there, you know.
Uh-huh. So what kind of things did you do when you were a kid, growing up in New York like that, and with so many people in the house?
Yeah, not much. We didn't stray from the house too much. But when we got older, we moved to the project. We started with the project when I was around 6 years of age. We moved out and into the project. A housing project. The government had built for the poor folk, and we built. You know, we lived in projects. Ooh, man. 1, 2, 3 different projects before I married. So, and we grew up in those projects. In those projects, I started to get out. I started to play handball. I started to, become more, more sociable, I guess. Have more people to talk to. And I just fell in love with playing handball because it was a very physical sport to me. You know, it was cheap to play it. All you needed to do is buy a rubber ball somewhere, and that's it. No fancy equipment. You know. So, and every kid in the pardon?
Go ahead. You were about to say it.
Yeah, and every kid in the world, pretty much, that I knew over there, played the same games, basketball or handball or, I did quite a bit of boxing with the Boys Club of America. So I got involved physically. I enjoy physical. My gosh. And then I kept with the boxing and the handball and the running and the jumping and became very, very strong. I was able to do 100 sit-ups. Well, actually, I did 325 sit-ups just for the heck of it.
325?
Yeah, we did a competition, and the guys, we just did it. We just did it. We were kids, and we were young and dumb. We did it. I remember it was 325. I stopped at 325 because I don't know why. I guess I get tired of counting. Yeah, I remember that. And then I ran the entire perimeter of Central Park with the boys one time. That was fun. And we just felt strong, and the world was ours at that time, And after that, I went to Food and Maritime. After I graduated junior high, I went to Food and Maritime Vocational High School.
So did you have to apply to go to that high school, or was it like anybody could go, zoned?
No, I guess you can apply for it. Anybody can go.
Okay.
We were not given too many choices or applications or anything. We just having a bunch of schools you can go to, Essex, Stuyvesant, this, that, and the other. I decided to go to Food and Maritime because it was Maritime High School. I wanted to get into the Merchant Marines and become, as all kids, a captain of a ship sometime, somewhere in the future.
Did you, so you
Pardon?
just said how were you doing in school? Did you like school?
Oh yeah, I love school.
Yeah. And then
school
you
loved
said
me back.
Yeah, so you were good in school. The captain of the ship, I love that image. Did you always want to be in the Marines or the Navy or the captain?
Pretty much. Yeah, I was drawn to the adventures of that, of ships and sailing and wild blue seas and just being the captain of the ship. I would love that, or something in that direction. So I wound up in the Navy. Huh?
Yeah. Do you remember at what point you were like, the Navy is it? Like, that's what, were you, like, from when you were a really small child, or? Do you remember like a memory that you're like, oh, that's when I knew I wanted to be in the Army?
Oh, in the Navy, you mean? Yeah, yeah. When I was in high school, I knew that. First, I thought it would be a merchant marine. You know, I would just be a merchant marine and graduate that way and go up. But then the Navy come up with all kinds of, all kinds of stuff they used to put out.
Yeah, incentive.
Advertising, propaganda, everything. And I decided, yeah, I think I'm going to go to the Navy. That's all there is to it. And then, it's the Navy or the Marines, and I was going towards the Marine thing, but there was a Navy guy on the side over there that pulled me over and said, nah, you don't want to go over there. Come over here with us, stuff like that. I was a kid, so I joined the
Yeah.
Navy. I went in the
Was
Navy, and it was interesting. That was interesting because when I went into the Navy, okay,
Mhm.
in those days, a great deal of the naval personnel were from the southern states. And, the southern states are very prejudiced. And so I went through my bit of prejudice there.
Yeah,
I
how do you mean?
The what?
Was there like slurs and whatnot? Was it the way you were treated?
Yeah, it's in general, I had a couple of good friends, but yeah, the white Southerners were very prejudiced towards anybody that wasn't a white Southerner. So,
Oh,
you
yeah.
could tell the little things they did that were off the wall. But by and large, I was able to get over that. I mean, that was not a problem. Again, I was a nice guy. I had no problem for me to do it, And if they wanted to box me, I could box, So if they didn't want to box me up front, they could just sit there. They were just rude, but they weren't pushy rude,
They were all talk?
Yeah, pretty much, Now, those that I made friends with were close. I made some pretty close friends.
Yeah.
But there aren't that many friends that want to, hang out with me because, hey, I'm Puerto Rican, man. Let's go. I'm not white Anglo-Saxon American.
Oh, yeah. They saw you as a second-class citizen.
Absolutely. Oh, hell yeah. Kidding me? But it's okay. I was still in the Navy. I wore the Navy uniform. Nothing different, Served my time. Came out of the Navy. I suffered a head injury over there in some accident that I had.
You
that head
suffered
injury,
yeah.
yeah. And that head injury, wound me up in the hospital. A door hatch fell on my head during torpedo recovery. And that landed me in the hospital. And a while later, I wound up in the hospital again, staying for the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was given a 30% disability, which was called disabled 30%. And that was my experience with the U.S. Navy. Yeah. And then I came and met I had already known your grandma.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah, I'd already known her from, in fact, we were boyfriend and girlfriend already, I think. Yeah, we sure were. Just before I went away, yeah, I asked for a hand. And, and that was in 63, 64. And then 65, yeah, boyfriend and girlfriend. We got married. And we met in 63. So, yeah, in 1963 we got married. And then we got married in 1966, June 18. And then your father was born a year and a few months later. It's a June, the following, man, your dad was born 11 months later. We didn't waste any time.
No, yeah. How did you
Yeah,
feel?
I feel wonderful, man. And, your dad was a very special baby to me because when he was born, his eyes were wide open. And he was looking right into mine, and deep look. He says, oh man, what am I stuck with here? That's the way I think about it. And then, we grew up very close. Very close. He didn't like anybody messing with me. He's very protective, if you will, as a child. Yeah.
Yeah.
If his mama would get too close, even her, he'd push her away. Hey, what are you doing, man? That's my dad. He was very protective, very close to me all the time, all his life. And then came Elizabeth a year later. My daughter Elizabeth, and and then the Titi, and then came Sebastian a few years after that. Can't remember when. Can't remember.
That's okay.
John was born. Chris was born in '68, Minnie. Chris was born in '68, '67, and Lee was '68. And Sebastian. Yeah, and Sebastian, 73. Sebastian in 1973. So there we go. And everybody grew up and grew out, and then, we decided to move to Texas. Best move in the world.
Okay, so what was your life, like after you had children? What was life like then? Was it stressful? Did you have 10 people living in the house like when you were a kid? How was it?
No, not at all. We were a family of just us. No, we never. We did have my brother Freddie and my brother Jimmy at times live with us for periods of time because causation, things in life that happen. Family necessities where my mother and dad were in Puerto Rico and they were down here and they needed a place to stay, and we'd offer them, we'd offer them homage, but for the most part, we were the majority of the time a family, a unit. Yeah.
What made you want to move down to Texas?
Well, tell you, we came to visit Margie, Vinny's sister. And she convinced us that it's a much better place to live, better place to bring up children. The money stretched better, the food was cheaper, the clothing was nil. You didn't have to spend all that money in clothing. And the rents are cheaper. It all sounded so good to me. I said, yeah, sounds good to me. So I left them here, and I went to New York City for a year. And I spent time for a year. I got myself at the highest paying job I can get my hands on, which is driving a prestigious limousine for a prestigious limousine company called Esquire. And with that, I was able to send money every week over here, amount to hold on to, so we could buy a car. I can get settled up when I got here. And a year later, when I got here, we got settled up, rented an apartment. And from there, I started looking for a job. And
so at this point,
30
you're
days
in
to
Texas
land
again
one.
now?
Pardon?
So now you're back in Texas?
Yeah. And when I landed...
How old were you, Grandpa, when you first got to Texas, when you first dropped the family off? How old were you?
39.
59? Okay, so you left them there. You went to New York. You found a job with Esquire, a prestigious limousine company. You saved money. You sent it to Grandma every week. And then a year later, you came back down to Texas, and you're looking for a job now.
Yeah, right. It took me 30 days to land the job. 30 days it took me.
How was that? Was it hard?
In those days it was. We had an oil bust here. There were no jobs. People were moving out of Texas, out of Houston, so fast that I'll give you an example. When the plane landed, coming from Texas to New York City, landed at Newark Airport, it was packed with people. Okay?
Yeah.
Coming back from Newark Airport, Same plane after they refurbished it has 6 of us. To give you an idea how little the people were moving out of Texas, an exodus. And your dad was the one that was working for the airlines over there at Newark Airport, and he's the one that carried my plane to the runway. Pretty amazing, right?
That is.
Yeah, my boy actually, he towed my plane to the runway. You could tell him and ask him. Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, man. And then, he stayed in New York. That's where he met your mommy.
Yeah. So Dad was up in New York. Did Titi Lee and Theo Chang also stay in New York, or had they gone with Grandma?
No, Titi Lee was the first one to come. She was always the rebellious one. Yeah, and then.
Okay.
And then Chang stayed with when Mom stayed. A year later. I think Lee came a year before Mom, and I came because she wanted to stay here. And then when I came with Chang and Mom, they all decided, that's it. We're gonna leave him here. This is a plan. Let's work with this. Yeah. And so it worked out. I did get the job with ABM Security first, and I had a ticket in my back pocket. Right, and I was taking a plane back to New York City, and the ticket in my back pocket was 3 days. 3 days after I got hired, so I almost went back to New York.
Oh wow!
Because I can't stay here longer than a month because I gotta, I gotta get a job on the raft and I gotta get this done right, So and so no, I stayed here with ABM Security. A security officer, and I worked my way up in the ranks. So,
you worked your way up in the
the rest. I retired district manager with the title. Nice.
You retired as district manager?
Yeah.
What was your title?
Yeah, I'm a security guard, the district manager.
Wow.
Over all of Louisiana and everywhere, Mississippi, all those states up there. Tennessee, if I ever got any, Florida, if I ever got any, but I didn't because I retired just after I'd been there about a year and a half.
Yeah. How old were you when you retired?
62.
62.
That's when my circulation problem started.
Oh, that's interesting. Did the circulation problem start and then that's why you wanted to retire? Or did you retire and then the circulation problem started?
No, I had problems just before. I didn't want to retire at 62. I wanted to retire at 66 like everybody else.
Yeah.
But at 62 is when my couldn't hold my legs anymore. They were turning into sticks when I walked. I said, no, this ain't good. And so I had to retire. And then I got 2 stents put in my heart at that time, back in 2009. And then I got carotid artery operation, same month after that, in February of 2009. So January and February, I was being operated of 2009. And then from there, recuperated until now, that, all those years of smoking didn't help me any. I smoked the whole lifetime, man. I started smoking when I met your grandma. She used to smoke. And I thought it was cool. So I started smoking like an idiot. Anyway, back in 1963. And then, I got hooked up. And then in 1960, man, and over 50 years later, I think, back in 2011, I put him down.
Yeah.
And I walked away. But still, the damage had been done already. So, but other than that, my kids came out wonderfully good. just met Lucy. They both came down here, and Lucy at first couldn't get used to being down here. You know, she missed her mama, and I don't blame her. But they kept going back and forth for a while.
Yeah.
And finally, you guys came and settled down over here. You know, and can't say how much I appreciate Mr. Beagle and Dona Carmen, you know, how much they did for the kids, for your dad and mom.
Mhm.
And I don't have to tell you how they are. You know, they're beautiful. They love you. They want the best for you, as far as I know.
Yes, I
And
come from very good stock.
Yes, very good. We're strong. We never let loose. We never screamed uncle, and we never nothing. We went forward. We never even took a step back to catch a balance. They say we just go forward. And you know, I prayed to God to give me strength. I think those times with the churches and all that helped me quite a bit. And I think the kids that you grew up to be, you guys, you know, I couldn't ask for better. You know, so I'm a very, very happy, very content, very proud old man.
Yeah,
You know,
and it sounds like. Go ahead.
The only thing I could say is that I never missed one of your plays ever. By you, unless you weren't inviting me, then I missed it because I didn't know. Yeah, then I didn't know.
No, you
so
didn't,
I can't
Grandpa.
go to what I don't know. But anything
No,
that I know about, I'd show up. You know.
Yes.
And that's important. You know, I think that's important. And I think it's important that we keep this family unit going. Because this family unit has grown beautiful. You know? And how are you doing? How are you doing in New York City?
I am doing okay. I'm hold on one second. All right. I'm doing okay, you know. I am keeping really, really busy. I am in a lot of classes, and I have a part-time job that I do very, very infrequently, so not very often. I'm reading a lot, doing a lot of research, learning a lot about different theories and learning how to apply them. I started a community organization so that I could work with drama therapy within the community and working on people feeling comfortable with who they are and confident about who they are, and working with intent in their lives, which is something that I definitely have gotten from you, you know, and the way you raised Dad and the way that he raised us is to live your life with intent. You know, family is important. Community is important. Honesty and loyalty is important. And working hard, you know, working hard and showing who you are and being kind and generous, that those are things that are important. And so I live that. I do practice what I preach, quote unquote. So I'm doing that up here. Yeah. And you know, it's very interesting when you think of what I've come from and I hear your story, and, you know, just very blessed to have you.
My girl.
Because I'm such a strong individual because of the way that, you know, your story has affected my dad's story and how y'all's story has affected mine, you know, how we're all part of one story. It just goes back.
Yeah, we're pretty strong, yeah.
We're very strong. You know,
Good
and so
girl.
I'm doing big things up here. Yeah, I'm doing big things. I got an award. I got a community service award from the president, actually.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. And I am starting a graduate organization on campus so that we can reach more people in the community and kind of spread this word of, you know, that we can be stronger when we work together instead of tearing each other down.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, then you got everything that you need. You got all your tools, and you heard from Grandpa. You know, I didn't tell you 1/millionth of all the other stuff I had to do in life, but who does? I don't want to say it, you know, but we did a lot of stuff good, but it's all good. It's nothing bad, you know. I didn't want to tell you about the fist fight because that doesn't fit. But I had a bad temper. Ooh.
You had a bad temper?
And bullies, you know. Yeah.
You were a bully?
No. I'd beat them up. Boy, I'd jump them like from anywhere. Your grandma would tell you that side of the story sometimes.
Oh, yeah?
I was a bully beater. A bully beater, yeah.
Bully beater?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I was. Oh, my goodness, yes, I was. Yes. Wouldn't think twice to knock somebody out, clear out. But, you know, those were the stupid sides of me. But it was the boxing side of me, too. So, you know, but that's not the stuff I like to talk about because that's not nice. Even when you win at a fight like that and you beat a bully down, you still feel that you've taken something from someone. I don't know if that makes sense to you. But I don't like to talk about my tough days, but your grandma could tell you about my tough days. And
yeah.
Oh yeah.
How old were you when you said those tough days? How old were you?
Oh man, in my 20s.
Oh yeah.
My 20s and in my 30s too.
So after you got out of the Navy.
Yeah. Pardon?
So it was after you got out of the Navy?
Yeah, and before too, I was pretty tough in the streets when I was a teenager. When I was like in high school, I was pretty tough because I was, I wanted to test my skills as to who wants to throw down with me. I enjoyed that a lot, and I shouldn't enjoy that. Those are evil things, you shouldn't enjoy stuff where somebody gets a bloody nose. That's not fun, I didn't do it I did it with purpose, always with purpose, and always with bullies. Never with decent guys that I could remember, I never pushed anybody around. But if a bully was in the house, I'd raise my hand. I'd say, oh, where you go? I'm nothing to me. Stuff like that.
It sounds like you were a protector.
Big time, Big time, throw down, protector. No. Yeah, I was. But, as I said, I can't remember ever being a bully to anybody. Never. Always nice and kind and, and if somebody pushed me up, I pushed their nose down their throat. That was the end of that. I had this thing about winning once I got into a fight. It was, you had to win it. That's all there is to it. But then again, it would be over in seconds, believe it or not. It wouldn't even last a minute. Then again, in those days, in those days I was extremely built. I was, oof,
Yeah.
Just now that I'm not. Yeah, you're bringing me back in memory, girl.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, you're bringing me back to my good old days. Oh, well, I'm off it. That's it. I'm not thinking about it no more. It was nice to see James the other day ago whenever he showed up at Easter.
I'm glad that he got to show up. Yeah, because he's been in busy season, and now it's done. So I'm really glad that he was able to come spend time with you guys,
Yes.
We've decided to stay in Texas, that we're not going to move up here.
Hey, that's good news.
It is good news. We really want to have a family that is surrounded by family, And again, that's something that comes from you passing that down to us. It's important to me that kids know what it is to grow up with a network.
the importance of it all. You know, the people don't have to be inside your business. They just have to be close by, so in case you need a lifeline.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I always try and stay close to the kids so that in case they need a lifeline, I'm there. You know.
Definitely, absolutely.
Important. Very important in life. Sometimes the smallest things mean everything. But what's small to me may be very, very significant to you. You know?
Absolutely.
So, you know, I got a great deal of love for God and appreciation. I got a great deal of love for you and appreciation. Look at you. You've been into acting. You've been into all sorts of things. And now you're in New York City, you know, accomplishing more. God bless you, girl.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Thank you for being who you are. Anyway, I'm here if you need anything.
I know this. This I know. I do have a few more questions that are the actual questions, but they go really quickly if you have a few more minutes.
Oh, man, I have all day for you.
These are specific ones. So it's, you actually get to tell me on a scale of 1 to 5. So like 1 is I disagree very strongly. That's not me. 5 is I agree very strongly. That is me. 3 is neutral. I don't really agree or disagree. It just, you know.
Life.
2 is kind of disagree a little, and 4 is kind of agree a little. Kind of see how it works?
Yeah.
So 1, disagree strongly. 2, disagree a little. 3, I could go either way. 4, I agree a little bit. And then 5 is I really agree. Okay?
Got it.
All right. So the first one. I see myself as someone who is talkative.
I kind of agree. 4. Give it a 4.
All right. As someone who tends to find fault with others.
Nah, I don't think so. I think that's a 1.
All right. Does a thorough job.
The 5.
Is depressed or blue.
Depressed or blue?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a 1.
Is original and comes up with new ideas.
Yeah, that's me. That's a 5. Ah.
Is reserved.
Reserved? Yeah, that's a 5.
Is helpful and unselfish with others.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Uh-oh. Hold on 1 second, Grandpa. It's not letting me do the thing. Huh. That's weird. I wonder why I won't do that. Huh. Okay, you said 5. Did I just tell you is helpful and unselfish with others?
Yeah, that's a 5.
Okay, good. Can be somewhat careless.
Somewhat chilling, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. That's a 2, maybe.
2?
I've been
Okay.
careless.
I see myself as someone who is relaxed and handles stress well.
That's a 5.
Is curious about many different things.
Yeah, that's a 5. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Is full of energy.
Yeah. Lately, I don't know, but I'll put myself for work.
Starts quarrels with others.
Nah, no. That's the one.
Is a reliable worker.
That's a 5.
Can be tense.
The what?
I see myself as someone who can be tense.
Sense.
Yeah, like uptight, like a stressed out, tense individual.
Not very often, but I would say a 3. Not very often, but I do get tense sometimes.
Yeah.
When I'm sick, like this.
Yeah. Do you think normally you're tense though, like with people?
No, not at all. 1.
Okay. I see myself as someone who is ingenious and a deep thinker.
Come again?
I see myself as someone who is ingenious or a deep thinker.
I don't know. Yeah, a 4. I want to be modest.
All right. Generates a lot of enthusiasm.
That's a 5. Don't you think?
Yes, I do think. Has a forgiving nature.
5, sure.
Tends to be disorganized.
Nah, that's a 1. Very organized.
Worries a lot.
That's a 1.
Has an active imagination.
That's a 4.
Tends to be quiet.
That's not true. Yeah, I don't know. 2.
Is generally trusting.
Yes, generally trusting. But it's a 5.
All right, we're halfway through. Ready to keep going?
Yeah, oh yeah.
I see myself as someone who tends to be lazy.
No, that's no 0. The one, not 1. No, not lazy.
Is emotionally stable and not easily upset.
That's a 5.
Is inventive.
That's a 5.
Has an assertive personality.
5.
Can be cold and aloof.
3.
Okay. Perseveres until the task is finished.
That's a 5.
Can be moody.
2.
Values artistic and aesthetic experiences.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Is sometimes shy and inhibited.
No, that's 2.
Is considerate and kind to almost everyone.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Does things efficiently.
Come again?
Does things efficiently. I am someone who does things efficiently.
Oh yeah, that's a 5.
Remains calm in tense situations.
Yeah, that's a 5.
Prefers work that is routine.
I don't know. That's a no-win situation now. That's a 5.
So 5, you do prefer work that is routine?
That's a 1 or a 5. That's a 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That I don't know. That's a 1, I guess. I don't like anything routine. But
Okay, so a 1, you don't prefer work that's routine? You like to change it up a little?
Yeah.
Okay. I am someone who is outgoing and sociable.
That's a 5.
Is sometimes rude to others.
That's a 1.
Makes plans and follows through with them.
That's a 5.
Gets nervous easily.
1.
Likes to reflect and play with ideas.
5.
Has few artistic interests.
1.
Likes to cooperate.
I'm sorry.
Huh? No, you're
Go
fine.
ahead. I'm sorry.
What were you going to ask a question?
No. I got it. I got it right. Go ahead.
All right. I am someone who likes to cooperate with others.
Yeah, that's a 5.
I am someone who is easily distracted.
1.
I am someone who is sophisticated in art, music, or literature.
That's a 4.
All right, and the final 3 questions, Grandpa. The final 3 questions are, they're not having to do with numbers at all. They're just kind of general questions, but they're very specific to points in your life. So the first question is about when you were a kid, were there any roles that you thought of as a kid that you played a lot? Like, I know you said happy-go-lucky kid would be like one role. Or if you played a pirate a lot, or the good son, or big brother, or little
Captain.
brother.
No, I was a cowboy. I remember we played cowboys and Indians. So.
Cowboy?
Cowboy, yeah. What the heck?
Anything else?
Then I used to play Indian.
And the Indian? Yeah. Did
Cowboys
you like
and
playing the Indian? Was that a role that you feel you took
Yeah,
on
I felt pretty good with it. Yeah, I felt pretty comfortable with Indian. I felt more comfortable with Indian, come to think of it, than I did with cowboy.
Oh yeah? What was that about?
Yeah. I don't know why. I guess the rubber tomahawk used to get me. I used to love that rubber tomahawk. That bow and arrow was pretty good too.
So you liked what was it about those? Was it the power or?
It was just the movement and we used to put ourselves in groups of 2 and fight each other around the corner and stuff like that. And we used to run back and forth like this, city kids, and we enjoyed it very much.
All right. Thank you. And then the second question is, when you became a teenager or as you grew into a teenager, what motivations did you realize were starting to drive the things that you were doing? What were you driven toward?
Well,
goals, motivations.
Well, my only motivation was that sports motivation with handball and boxing was a motivation that I can conquer over something myself. That I can conquer sports, that I could be better than the average person, better than myself. Each and every time when I practiced handball, and the same thing when I practiced boxing. That you can connect, that you can move, that you can you are alive. So I enjoyed those 2 very much.
Yeah, it sounds like it. All right, and then the last question is, if you had to tell me in 1 sentence or in 3 sentences the story of your life, the beginning, middle, end, so to speak, today of your life, what is your story?
Oh my God. Okay.
I know, it only gets 3 sentences. I came from, this is me, this is where I want to go kind of thing.
Yeah. I came from loving parents. I conquered most of my fears, and I just want to see what my Nina does in the future.
You just what, Grandpa?
I just want to see what my children do in the future. I want to be around to experience and enjoy my children acting and reacting as adults. I love that stuff. Not much for me except you. But my family is my everything. And then God is my everything. And when I was born, you know, my parents were my everything.
Yeah.
So basically, there's very little ambition in me to become anything else.
All right. So what I got down is that you came from loving parents, you know, and they were your everything. And then you grew up and you had this desire to conquer your fears and to conquer yourself and to be better than yourself. And when you conquered most of your fears, and then you wanted to see what your children would do in the future, that you were driven to see that because your family is your everything and God is your everything.
Exactly it. You hit it.
Well, you hit it. You shared it with me, and I'm very grateful.
Oh, man. This is nice. You can always interview me.
Oh, yeah, Grandpa?
Always, darling.
I like that. Can we, if I come up with something, will you do a project with me this summer?
Sure.
I think that would be nice.
I think so too.
Okay, I'm gonna think on it, and when I get there in a few weeks, I'm gonna bring it up to you, and we'll talk, and then we can decide on what we want to do together. Okay?
I like it. Great. I can't wait, darling.
Good. I'm really excited to get back to you guys. Eat some of Grandma's
food. Yeah, I bet
food.
you are. Yeah.
Have some good conversation with you. Watch a movie.
That's right. Hello. You know, spend time with one another and realize that, golly, you know, you're part of me and I'm part of you, and it's such a beautiful thing, you know, because that's the way it is. It's a beautiful thing in life, you know, and I think that you can do it. Don't hold you don't owe anybody any explanations. Just be you, because you come from me. There's no explanation needed. I mean, you're you. You know, I love that. You know, but man, you and I got to talk nicely today. I like
it. It was nice, right?
it. Was relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Good. I'm glad. I'm really, really glad you were able to take the time and that we were able to do this. It's nice to be able to have conversations that are on a deeper level than, you know, when we're rushing and trying to catch up.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're talking with nervous energy,
yeah.
You have 3 things on your mind, and this is just one of the 3 things you got to get done in the next 5 minutes. It ain't cool.
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah, man. Well, baby, I'm here. Anything you need, give me a holler.
All right, Grandpa. Thank you. Send Grandma my love.
Okay, Grandma. Nina says her love. He sends her love. She loves you too, and God bless you.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.